Well, hi again, you guys. Welcome to another edition of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records. And welcome in and welcome back to the vinyl community out there in YouTube and on Facebook. So lots been happening in the vinyl department here. We had a big record show outside Chicago. It used to be quarterly. Now I think it's every other month for this year, 2014. And it turns out a lot of people I know go to it, but I've never met them because I'm sort of just know them on Facebook. But we're going to try to have a meetup at the next one. It's called the Chicagoland Record Collectors Show. You can just Google that. And the next one I think is coming up on Sunday, March 16th. So the last one was just this past Sunday, and I'm going to go through the stack of records that I got there. So we'll go through a few of these. Look at this one, David Essex, Rock On. However, Rock On is not on this David Essex record, but I'm sure you know him. Def Leppard did a great cover of that song a few years ago, and they still play it, I think, on tour today. Oh my gosh, look at this. Steeler. This was a one-off band. I think this was the only record they came out with. This band was very short-lived, and lead guitars on here is, help me out with it, guys, Yngwie Malmsteen. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, even if I'm mispronouncing the name. Some other guys are on here too, so that's Steeler. Didn't know about this one. I've got a lot of records by the Tubes. I didn't know about Trash. This is called Rarities and Smash Hits. Can't wait to dive into that one. This guy, I see his name on a lot of records. Help me out with this guy. I didn't know he ever made his own records because he seems to always be a producer or he's on keyboards, but he's got a lot of credits on tons of records. His name is Michael O'Martian or O'Martian, and this is called White Horse. And you'll see if you look at a lot of records, he ends up in the credits, in the liner notes, on many, many, many records, at least in my collection. I rounded out my collection, which when I have 3 records of an act, I call that pretty much a rounded out, or at least a full collection, of Johnny Guitar Watson. Here he is, a real mother for you. This is just a classic, unbelievable record cover. So I had this one, but I added to it Funk Beyond the Call of Duty, Johnny Guitar Watson. Look at that. Up on that tank with that Explorer Gibson up there. And Johnny Guitar Watson, ain't that a bitch? Hope I can say that down here. Oh man, I can't wait to dive into those. I have a few by Atlantic Starr. Just had to pick that up because I didn't have it. Movie soundtrack, Heavy Metal. Wow, you guys remember this one. Everybody played on here. Jim Peterick wrote the Heavy Metal with Sammy Hagar on this one. I don't recall ever seeing this. I think it was an animated feature film with some great music in it. Here's Dynasty. Wow, I saw this and had to pick it out. Ahmad Jamal, Stepping Out with a Dream. Look at that. Isn't that just absolutely fantastic? Here's the back side of that. I've got a few of these in my jazz collection of about 2 or 3 crates worth. Speaking of jazz, the great Oscar Peterson on Prestige. I'll have to have my friend Joe tell me a little bit more about this one, about Oscar Peterson. Wow, here's a tragic story, but it seemed to have a good ending. Here's David Crosby. We're reading all about him in Graham Nash's book. Boy, this guy was in the bottom, man. He was on a spiral downward, and pretty miraculously we didn't lose the guy, according to Graham Nash, who was his best friend, who wrote a book about his buddy Cross. Suzanne Vega. Didn't have anything by her in my vinyl record collection, and now I do. A couple of Tim Weisberg records. Here's a single live album. Should have been a double live, Tim. That's all I got to say about that. And then here's this one. And what are we going to play? We are going to play a song by Saint Paradise. I couldn't believe this. I picked it up. First of all, it's very striking. I love this album cover. And first thing I do is I turn it over and I see on electric and acoustic guitars and lead vocals, my favorite rock vocalist of the 70s, Derek St. Holmes. Well, you know Derek St. Holmes from Ted Nugent. And of course, before Cat Scratch Fever came out, I think this record came out a year or 2 before, and what did they do? Live It Up. So you'll hear the original version of Live It Up that later was done by Ted's group. So let's get that fired up and ready to go. Wow. Well, you can certainly see why Ted wanted to do that and put that on Cat Scratch Fever. So that was a band, I think, fronted by, of course, Derek St. Holmes, called St. Paradise. Hope you like this. This was another installment and edition of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records, and we'll see you back here again soon. Thanks for watching.